Yet again, we are back with an exciting series of vocabulary 7 days, 7 words challenge. Our viewers really enjoyed this series and we have received immense feedback on this one. So, we are looking forward to share curated information with all of you on this exciting series of 7 days, 7 words. Let's jump straight into it. We started with the word information. In fact, I used a very interesting term in my intro related to information. The term was curated information. So, today in our 7 days, 7 words challenge, we are going to deal with such interesting vocabulary which will add immense value to all the terms associated with info or data. Let's start understanding each one. The first one being curated. Curated essentially means something that is tailor made, customized, and what decides that how to tailor make this information? It is basically decided based on your audience. Let's take the example of English Excellence with Chhaya. Our programs are curated, tailor made. Our information is designed for you. So, that is exactly the meaning of the word curated. When you have a vast sea of information available at your disposal, but you cherry pick what suits your audience. So, we bring to the table curated information, curated data with which our viewers, our learners can gain immensely. Often, when we are dealing with corporate scenarios, when possibly you're in your meeting room or you're sitting with your team and you have a lot of information available at your disposal for analysis or evaluation or possibly some brainstorming exercise to be undertaken. In that scenario, we need to essentially drill down into the information available with us. What do you mean by the term drill down? Drill down means going into the depth of the information available with us. So suppose you're presenting in a meeting room and you've given a larger figure to your audience, be it your seniors or peers or your team. You can say, this is the larger view or the larger picture. Let's now drill down further to the detailed information. Drilling down essentially means going to granular level of information, which substantiates or acts as the basis for the overall picture that you have presented. So the word is drill down, and drill is your verb here. So if you're using it in the past tense, you can say, I have drilled down this information further in the next slide. So use the word drill down when you're trying to get into the depths of something. Mine. The word mine is used in the context of something precious when you're trying to mine possibly coal. Okay, so this is figuratively used even in the realm of information. When I'm trying to extract information from a larger pool of resources, I can say I'm mining information. Okay, so extracting is related to mining. Mine is your verb here. Use it in the past, present, or future as applicable. So, if you're a team of researchers or possibly somebody who's into extracting, collating, garnering a lot of information, you can say, I need to mine this information first before I even form a perspective on the subject. So, mine information means gather or extract information from a larger pool of resources. Pursue. Pursue means to follow or to chase something. This word is most applicable in the scenario where journalists, reporters are actually trying to dig deep and fetch some information from you or an information from the overall scenario when they just have possibly a tip off or something which just headlines a story, not the depth of the story or in depth material to substantiate their story. So they pursue information. Pursue information literally means chase or follow. So let's take some scenarios. I'm pursuing this news further because this intrigues me, interests me. So I would like to pursue this further and understand this subject in depth or in detail. We need to channelize or possibly harness our energy in the right direction when we want to get certain successful outcomes, when we are trying to achieve something. Similar to energy, we can also harness information in the right direction. So, let me give you some examples. If there is a student who's seeking certain information about courses he can pursue for graduation, either pre graduation or post graduation, we need to harness the information so that he has access to all the data points before he can take a more prudent decision and before he can form a conclusive decision as to what he wants to take forward. So, harness information means channelizing it or possibly giving it a sense of direction. So, let's take the example of the corporate world. In the corporate world, if there are cross functional teams involved, then in that scenario, we need somebody who acts as a mediator who can harness the flow of information from one team to another. That makes the process flow seamless and it also ensures timely delivery to the customer. So, harnessing information means channelizing it in the right manner and in the right direction. In the professional world, often we are seeking information. We ask, seek, request. This happens possibly on a day to day basis. So, whenever you're seeking information, a very professional term to use is solicit information. Solicit is a word which is often used even in email writing because it gives a complete professional spin to the word request. So, I would like to solicit this information from my team so that I can further guide my customers more effectively. Or, the team is soliciting this information from the HR department. So, accordingly, we can respond further about our policies and our guidelines for the external parties. So, there you go. Solicit means request or seek. Earlier in this lesson, we did a word basically drill down. When I told you, you can get into the depth of something by drilling down on the information that is available to you. Now, I bring to the table another interesting word which is actually borrowed from the kitchen. It means slice and dice. When you're breaking down information pieces into usable information or possibly something that you can make sense of, or you can harness it in the right direction or curate it further, it involves slicing and dicing. So if you and your team are working with a lot of information at your disposal, it's time to slice and dice it into useful segments or useful pockets or buckets of information. When you tell us that you enjoy our lessons, we are listening. And that is why you see that we really enjoy sharing with you the 7 days, 7 words challenge, because it is an exciting feature which adds so much value to your vocabulary and you can use it in any sphere of life. More importantly, if it helps you at your workplace, it helps you further your career. Just like these lessons, our programs are as effective. So we really urge you to reach out to us at our contacts given here, because that will present to you exciting opportunity to be a part of our programs, okay, based on your current level of communication. Because we will take you several notches higher at English Excellence with Chhaya. Till then, happy learning.